Okay. So there's a video game we can play in here. So... Alright, so I inserted this disc into this rest space, into the TV, into the game system, and I can play this. And supposedly it's a game within a game, and I've never even seen this. I had to look it up on like the Tarkov wiki, and when I did, it was like, oh yeah, blah blah blah, this and that. So I'll be very curious to see what this even looks like here in a second. So let's see. Targrad Tales. By command of the head of the mysterious order of navigators, you must deliver a message to Targrad. All you know is that it contains a prophecy and that the scroll must not be opened until you arrive at the city palace. Will you be able to convey the will of your leader to Targrad, or is your fate to perish, never completing your mission? I don't know, start a new game. You open your eyes, all around you is greenery. The ruins of an ancient temple loom overhead. Your whole body aches after the restless sleep. You stretch your shoulders and think that you've gotten out of a habit of sleeping outside of a normal bed. Okay, so it's like a Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing? I have 10 gold, a scroll, and I'm healthy. Okay, you've always loved adventuring and small hardships never bothered you. Soon this will be all over and you'll return to your peaceful life. Okay. You sigh and look at the temple ruins ahead. Only about a day's walk remains. After that, the road back home and some well-earned rest. You miss the narrow bed in your monastery cell. You rise to your feet and take a deep breath. Surprisingly, you feel rested and ready to make the final push toward the city. The Order sent you on an important mission, to deliver a divine revelation to Targrad. You don't know what's written in the scroll you were given. Curiosity burns at you, but the fear of disobedience is stronger. You can only open it before the city's ruler. Set out on the road. You don't want to waste your precious time. The sun rises higher and higher. If you hurry, you'll reach Targrad before sunset. You gather your belongings, packing everything into your simple backpack. The road doesn't wait. You glance back at the abandoned temple. For some reason, you have the feeling you're seeing it for the last time. Shaking off the thought, you return to the road. The weather is beautiful with a gentle breeze. You walk briskly. Targrad is close, though its towers are still hidden beyond the horizon. Village. After a few hours of unhurried walking, you see the first modest houses. Your route passes through a tiny village. Once it thrived from trade coming from Targrad, but the war changed everything. Now there are fewer traders, less money. People are leaving. The road to Targrad isn't long, but maybe it's worth at least replenishing your water supplies? Okay. Yeah, it's best to stay... Okay, let's stay here for a bit. You realize you have not eaten in a long time, and your water ran out last night. There is nowhere to resupply between here and Targrad, so it makes sense to stop. A woman beside you is selling milk. Right across from her stands a man with chunks of meat. Both are working hard to draw you to their goods. What's the man? The butcher perks up the instant he sees you heading his way. Ha! We have not had guests in a good while. You want to ask how he knows you are not local, but he talks first. Our village is small. I know everyone. So, are you buying anything? Some sausage would be great. You decide to take something for the road. A small hunk of sausage will do. Great choice. My wife makes it. She's got golden hands. You will not regret it. The vendor neatly slices off a piece and hands it to you. You pay for the food, and the vendor quickly tucks the coins into his purse. What brings you to our village? The man has relaxed since you bought the sausage. This is your chance to learn something about the outpost. What about that outpost on the river? The man shrugs and gestures towards the woman with the milk. Those are not our people out there anymore. Nastasia will tell you more than I can. Even if you don't buy anything from her, she's always ready to chat. Alright, I'll head to her then. You say goodbye to the butcher and head to the woman, smiling politely. She knows what you need. Well now, what handsome fellow has dropped by our village? She grins wide. She is missing a tooth. Here for milk or for a chat? Better talk to the milk seller woman. Maybe she knows something. You approach the milk seller with a friendly smile. She might know something, so it is best to be nice. Friendly talk loosens tongues. Well now, what handsome fellow has dropped by our village? She grins wide. She is missing a tooth. Here for milk or for a chat? Pour me one. The merchant woman quickly pours you some milk into a wooden mug and hands it over. You reach for money, but the woman shakes her head. No, dear, don't. Consider it my treat. We like travelers here. You feel awkward, but you agree. You don't feel like arguing at all. You take the mug and sip. You've never tasted milk so good. You finish it all and wipe your mouth with your sleeve. Like it, don't you? The woman laughs. You nod. The woman is in high spirits now. Maybe she'll share something useful. It's been a long time since we've had anyone here. Ever since what happened with the outpost. What happened with the outpost? The milk seller's face shifts and she sighs. Well, there were decent lads there once. Used to visit our girls often. Then those thugs showed up. She presses her lips in displeasure. And that was that. The lads are gone. Why not write to the city so they send their warriors to deal with it? Where did those people come from? She waves a hand. From across the river. I do not know for sure. Times are restless here. Maybe they broke off from their armies and decided to make coin. She glances around and leans in a little. But I think the elder is the one who called them. They're his buddies. He gets a bit of share from them, and we only part with our money because of this scheme. She keeps talking, and you realize the only person who can help you cross the river is the elder. You need to visit him. Go to the elder. It is not hard to find the elder's house. It is the richest in the village and rises above the modest roofs around it. In the yard, behind a sturdy fence, a dog greets you with loud barking. It jumps at the fence, trying to reach you. You wanted to eat the sausage yourself, but the situation calls for sacrifice. You are ready to make it. The piece of sausage you pull from your pack flies over the fence. The dog flinches at first, then, catching the scent, edges closer. It grabs the food like it has not been fed in years. Enter the yard. The dog is busy with its windfall, which means the way to the house is open. You carefully open the gate and step inside. The man comes out of the house. He looks around 40, tall, broad-shouldered, with a belly taut under his shirt. You immediately understand this is the village elder. What is this, feeding my dog? How is he supposed to guard then? He cannot do it on a full belly. He kicks the dog, driving it away from the sausage. It yelps, but obediently backs off, staring greedily at the leftover chunk. But I will praise your wit, the elder says, looking you over, then nods behind himself. Come inside. Tell me what you came for. You go inside with the elder. It is warm and smells of fresh bread. He does not offer you a seat. Who are you, and where are you headed? I have not seen you in the village before. You explain you need to get to Targrad and mention the crossing. The elder smirks and folds his arms across his chest. My friends are posted there now. They do not let anyone through. And if they do, they ask for gold. I can help you if you help me. I'll help. I really need to get to their side. Tell me what you need first. What is stopping me from going around the crossing and find another way? I'll just tell them I'll help. I like the attitude, the elder smiles. Not long ago, there was a battle nearby. Turva and Karhu crossed blades again. There was a young man, a noble. By rumor, he ran away from Targrad to join the warriors. The battle was a couple of days ago, but that fellow and his men never returned. The elder pauses to make sure you are listening. You are listening. So, when that fellow was here, I noticed a nice ring on him. You need to find it. Why do you not go look for it yourself? The elder snorts at your question. The battlefield is an open graveyard right now, and how would I look walking among the dead and inspecting their hands? News travels fast in this village. He looks at you with less warmth. That is all. Go now. Don't waste my time. You realize you have no choice. You haven't brought much money with you, and you cannot pay for the crossing. You nod and leave the elder's house. You will have to find that damn ring. Battlefield. The battlefield greets you with 100 simultaneous sounds. You always thought where death had passed there would be silence, but nature has no time for mourning. Besides, mourning whom? People who kill each other over petty grievances? You look at the bodies, broken banners, and fallen weapons. You press your sleeve to your mouth and your nose and mouth to keep the stench of death from dizzying you. Your goal is the ring, but where could it be? Maybe the noble was pinned by the dead horse. I'm gonna check the bodies first because I don't see a body under the horse, but Check the bodies. You approach the bodies lying on the ground. A light breeze blows, letting you inhale without the stench of decay. Now you can examine the bodies. You move closer. It hasn't rained in a long time, so the ground is dry and dusty. Next to the bodies, the grass is stained with dried blood. Even in this proximity, the wind doesn't mask the scent. Your gaze slides over the fallen. Yeah, I mean, it's still sad. You shake your head, looking at the bodies with sorrow. War spares no one, neither the young nor the old. Suddenly, your attention is drawn to the ring on one of the dead men. You crouch near the body. The corpse lies in an unnatural position, but his eyes are closed and his face is peaceful. You'd immediately notice that the man's clothing is richer than the others. He is clearly the noble the elder talked about. You look around as if someone might see you. You've never stolen anything, but the owner of the ring is already dead. He doesn't need it anymore, but you need it to get to the Targrad. You remove the ring from its lifeless hand. It feels as if the corpse might squeeze his hand and growl, but nothing happens. You simply take the ring and place it in your bag. Now, you can return to the village. Head straight back to the elder's house. The dog is tied this time and does not even bark. Seems like it remembers you. You enter. The elder rises from the bench to meet you, somewhat surprised. That was quick. Did you find it? You nod and hand him the ring. You want to get rid of it and leave the village as soon as possible. He takes the ring and nods at the bench. Sit for a bit. I will write a letter to my friends at the outpost. Hand it over, and they will let you through. Crossing. You approach the crossing with the elder's letter in hand. This time you feel confident and do not even flinch when they shout. You hand the letter to the man, who comes out. He turns the paper over and over, spits, and takes it elsewhere inside. Wait here. About 10 minutes later, he returns. Turn around. He hands crosses his arms. Now beat it. Are you letting me through? Of course not. The man grins and spits at your feet. You have no password. We will not let you through without a password. You are furious. What damn password? Did the elder trick you? You need to find out right now. Or should you risk it and try to break through? Let's go back to the elder. You look at the man standing in front of you and realize it's not worth the risk. They'd just kill you without a second thought. No, better to visit the elder again and ask what kind of game he's playing. You return to the elder's house. The dog on the threshold lifts its head in surprise. Seems like it did not expect to see you again. You burst into the house. The elder jumps up at once and frowns. You demand the password. What password? There was no password. He's not a good liar. Thinks about it. Why would I do that? I got what I wanted. I do not need you here. I know no passwords. Now get out of my house. You leave the elder empty-handed. Now what? Where are you supposed to find this damn password? There's got to be more to this than it seems. If you dig deep enough, you'll find a way forward. This whole world feels like it's made of nothing but puzzles. But isn't that what makes it exciting? The more you need to think. Maybe you should rest. Or maybe turn to one of your friends outside your path for help. That was interesting. What the hell?